Hello everyone, I'm Mike and welcome to my channel Grim Wonders. If you're new here, I hope you stick around. In this Grim compilation series I'd like to focus on documenting and analysing spooky clips, ghost footage and strange pictures that raise questions about paranormal events occurring. So to start this video I wanted to show one of the better clips I've found. For some background, the idea of living in a haunted house is probably one of the more disturbing situations you can find yourself in. While the rest of the world seemingly sleeps, you may find yourself alone, haunted, tormented by a spirit stuck in a loop, or a spirit that intends to harm you. The following picture and video was submitted by a guy on Reddit who lived with his girlfriend, and both of them noticed that strange things had started to happen around the house. Tapping, knocking and rattling started to come from the kitchen, so he set up a camera ready to capture something. The following image was supposedly captured using a Samsung night capture camera. So in this image you can clearly see what appears to be the upper torso of a tall bearded man standing in the pantry cupboard area. The user who shared this image stated that even though the picture looks very bright, that this was taken at night using the night capture mode on a Samsung phone. Now this next bit is a follow-up clip that was submitted, and it was captured at a later period where he'd left a camera to film while he was out getting pizza. This footage also prompted him to pull the trigger on leaving the house permanently, and if this is not somehow faked or manufactured, then it is one of the more eerie recordings of a poltergeist manifesting as an apparition. And if you haven't already, I would strongly suggest hitting the full screen button on this one because it might help you see it in the dark. If you look closely, you can see what appears to be a figure looking around the room, which undeniably has a humanoid shape to it. It moves very wavily, and it has an ethereal, misty look to it, almost. Altering the colour correction and brightness also revealed more details to me. So now you can see what would be the upper torso of a person, and the head rotates looking around the room, and it seems to look at the microwave clock that is glowing in the background. Slowing down the footage you can clearly see what appears to be, again, a humanoid figure moving around, looking towards the camera, and then seemingly looking towards the microwave and stepping back away. And this time I tried speeding up the footage to see if anything was more noticeable on a macro scale. And there you go. I don't really know what else to say, but this is undeniably a very eerie thing to be captured on camera. I genuinely don't know how I would react if that was in my own kitchen, and there's a few possibilities that could explain what we're seeing. Is it a home invader? Is it somehow faked? Is it actually an apparition being caught on camera? Is it possible that a home invader spotted the camera and backed off? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. The following pictures were captured by a person on their route driving home, and on the way spotted something strange. Here's what they wrote. Yesterday afternoon while driving home, I noticed something in the window of an old abandoned building in my town. Honestly, I thought it was a Halloween decoration and decided to take a picture since it looked creepy. Right after taking this photo, I began driving again, and as I looked back at the window, it was gone. I've driven back to the building 3 separate times, and nothing has been in that window. The windows are very tall, too tall for a person to be able to see out of the very top. The first pic is what I saw, and the second pic is what the window looked like when I went back to the building. So, did I see a ghost? Looking closely at the first image, you can see what appears to be a face, and then it's not in the next picture. Now if this is an instance of pareidolia, I really am struggling to find out what the shape could be formed by, because I personally see a gaunt, feminine looking face higher up than a normal person's height, and it almost looks like an apparition manifesting with the appearance of a corpse as well. Let me know what you think it is in the comments below. The following footage was captured by someone's single megapixel doorbell potato, and the person who submitted this clip said the following. A neighbour across the street said she saw the ghost of a little girl with an orb standing in front of the van a couple of weeks ago. The footage is from another neighbour's door camera, and my son and daughter-in-law live there and have had strange things happen in their home, such as a backpack sliding across the floor by itself, papers being tossed to the floor, and their attic light being turned on and off by itself. What do you think? You can see what appears to be a glowing object moving across the road and disappear before the footage cuts off. And these older low-light cameras don't capture enough data to produce a clear image to discern whether it's paranormal or not. What I will say is that if this is picking up a person walking across the street, why is there no shadow being captured and not even a slight colour change in the pixels where you'd expect to see a shadow? Is this an instance of a genuine apparition being caught on camera that's poor quality? Or is this a poor quality camera capturing strange artifacts from a person crossing the road? The footage is not clear enough to determine anything strange. However, did you see anything that I may have missed? The following image was captured on the Queen Mary in California, where cameras are overlooking the pool rooms. And this is what the person who submitted it had to say. Friend took this on the Queen Mary in March of 2010. He showed me photos from the same angle and the lady in white, top right, wasn't there. Thoughts? You can clearly see what appears to be a woman standing wearing what appears to be a white wedding dress. And here's what someone said had posted from their own experience in the comments. I stayed overnight in the Queen Mary once. It was a weird experience. Some of our stuff went missing. When we were ready to go on tour, we couldn't find things we packed. We left for the haunted tour, and it looked like someone had been in our room. When we woke the next morning, we all reported a strange heaviness to our sleep, as if a force was holding us asleep. Not like sleep paralysis where you feel awake but can't move. More like noises in the room that would normally wake you, but you were being held asleep. But here's the weirdest part. We are absolutely certain we locked the deadbolt before going to bed, and the deadbolt was unlocked from the inside when we woke. I've reasoned all this over the years and actually had forgotten about it until I read this post. Another person stated, I don't trust any evidence on the Queen Mary. The employees have been caught faking evidence before. They were caught doing it on that show, Ghost Hunters, which is hilarious given how much they faked their own evidence. What's your opinion of the picture? Is it too clear? Is it a setup? Or is it actually a genuine sighting of a ghostly apparition? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Not much context was provided with this next clip, but it's very odd and it takes place at night on the front porch of someone's home. So looking at the video, you can see what appears to be a dark mass form around the garden lamp, and it moves very quickly towards the house. Now if we take a moment to really look at the footage, you can see the timestamp on the video and the objects in the frame, in which we can use to figure out approximately how fast the mass was moving. There appears to be a 5-gallon bucket seen at the centre right of the frame, so we can use this to approximate some of the measurements. The average height of one of these buckets is around 15 inches. Drawing a line out using that measurement, we can see the approximate distance travelled by the entity is roughly 225 inches, around 19 feet or 5.7 meters in a second. This means that the approximate speed travelling from standstill is about 13 miles per hour, which is the average speed of a man running, and as you can see in the camera footage, there is no person seen. The entity doesn't slow down or stop when approaching the house either, it just continues to move without pause. Another thing that may have been missed was the lamp nearest to the mast turns off just before it manifests. Is this just a coincidence, or did it influence the lights next to it? It's been said that ghostly entities can draw energy from objects around them, and is this an instance of that happening? It's a pretty odd looking clip. What's your opinion of it, and let me know what you think down below. The following clip was captured during a sports discussion live stream called J. Rob and Friends. As you can see, what appears to be a humanoid figure drifting behind him, and he reacts to whatever it was moving by. Many people argued that it was simply just his roommate, even though he said he was alone, and others argued that it was artifacting of a low light camera and a person walking by. Let me know what you think. The legends and tales of black ghost dogs appearing in front of people are known across the world, from North America to the UK and Germany, and when a group of relatives took a photo, they didn't expect to see what they actually saw. And this was what was captured. Not much backstory was given with this picture, except it was captured on a digital camera taking a sequence of images. The reason why noting it's from a digital camera is so important is that it debunks the theory that it's an overlay from another piece of film during the development process of a photograph. As you can distinctly see in the sequence, the dog shape appears for a single frame, and as quickly as it appeared, it is gone again. And if you alter the brightness and color settings, you can also see that it appears to be almost transparent too. Others have pointed out what appears to be a face floating nearby, although this could definitely be a case of pareidolia, where a person sees a pattern that isn't actually there. Now, I think this is a pretty creepy image, and as far as I can tell, it looks like a ghost dog. Let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have any creepy clips or pictures that you want to share for the next video, send them to grimwondersyt@gmail.com with a bit of context, and I may use them in a video. Smartphones spreading in usage during the 2010s increased the average person's ability to take high-quality pictures without the need for using film, and as a result, strange phenomena and odd events have been captured in video and picture form with higher regularity. The following is captured with a live photo from a person's phone. Not much background information or context was given with this clip, as the person actually deleted their account after posting this. People argued all sorts of possibilities that this could be, from a weird glitch artifacting fading between two separate clips, or whether this is actually a crawler cryptid being spotted. Some people also stated that it may have just been a dog. I don't see that shape. What I see is a humanoid moving in a way that appears almost like crawling on their hands, similar to how an ape moves. Do you have any theories as to what this might be? It is a very strange clip and deserves looking at. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Truck driving is the backbone of every country's economy, and without them, resources, goods and food cannot be delivered. As a result of needing to make deliveries, many of them work through the night too. This is what one truck driver from Arizona captured on his dashboard camera. As you can see, there appears to be a person standing in the road, or at least the shape similar to that of a person. There are many scary stories, alleged sightings, and rumors of ghosts haunting roads around the world. Arizona is no exception, and many ghostly encounters have taken place along its roads. With this footage in particular, you can see that the camera is a relatively higher quality dashcam that actually captures quite a lot of detail even at night. So what makes this an interesting clip to me is that you can see road markings through the legs and body, meaning that whatever it is appears to be semi-transparent. Or is this just a random person in the middle of the road, in the pitch black, in the middle of the night? Let me know what you think. Now, this next video clip was captured back in 2019 and was posted just months ago. I want to preface this and say that in the event that this is not staged, and that if this is real footage, it's very disturbing. It was recorded on an internal CCTV security system while the people were out. Here's the context. Grandparents' house in France back in 2019. I have no explanation to this. We had left for a water park for the day. We only checked the footage because the motion sensor went off and triggered the alarm, which caused the security company to call, etc. After checking the cameras, we saw this. We also checked if anything was stolen, and nothing. So with this clip, all this activity takes place in under a minute. You can see over the progression of the clip that it starts with the light turning on, the main doors begin to close by themselves while the light begins to flicker on and off. The bowl on the table slides by itself across to the other side, and then only one chair moves on its own. Then, finally, you can see something bright move across the roof, which might be an apparition, as it appears to form between the chandelier and the camera before moving, or is this just a reflection, as the window is right here? Now, if this is a real supernatural event captured on camera, then it's crazy, and the poster hasn't deleted their account, and stands by that it's completely genuine and was not staged. They also stated that they feel like they're being watched, and have an uneasy feeling when they're on their own there too. Another user brought up the idea of it potentially being an earthquake that caused this to happen, that happened in France in 2019. However, the dates on the footage don't line up with when the earthquake actually took place. Also, would an earthquake close the doors together at the same time and cause only a single chair to move and a bowl to slide across the table? I don't know. Let me know what you think below. Just like the last episode, I'm leaving the best clip till last, and this one is a pretty strange one for sure. Not much context was given about it except it's a child that's playing with a remote, and some people believe that children have the ability to see ghosts but grow out of it, and I'll just play the clip. Here's what happened. As you can see, a small child appears to be having to play tug of war over the TV remote. The TV remote appears to be getting pulled and snatched away from the child, but the child is putting up a fight, and it happens 3 times over the course of the video. You can hear the child say no to the adverts playing, or is this because they're being bothered by something? Even on first glance it seems as though they're sitting on their own. The creepiest part of this video is when I boosted the audio to check for anything else going on, and I noticed what sounds like a voice saying "come play," and this happens as the remote appears to be snatched from the child again. I believe that given the child's authentic reactions, something possibly paranormal was captured in this video. What do you think? And honestly, if this was somehow faked, how would you even fake it? Because it's left me feeling pretty creeped out. You could overlay audio and you could pull the remote on a string, but why would the child not react to it? They're too young to play along. It's a pretty disturbing video, and it's not the first time I've heard of children interacting with ghosts. What do you think? And honestly, if this is somehow faked, how would you even fake it? Because it's left me feeling pretty creeped out. And the more I think about it, it's creepy. Why would a ghost be playing with a child? Why has it got such a creepy voice? If it is a child ghost, it's a little bit disturbing the more you think about it. So in one regard, I kind of hope it's fake, and in the other regard, it's disturbing to think that it's real. And I lean towards it being genuine because children don't know how to act, especially that young. It all seems like a genuine reaction. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. So we're at the end of the episode and I've disturbed myself, so I'm head out. I appreciate you spending your time watching my videos, and please leave a like, comment, share the video and subscribe if you enjoy them. The channel is still very small and any help really does help out a ton. And until next time, stay safe.